Evening, chaps. How are we all doing? Oh, what a day. So, we'll just quickly have a look on that's YouTube. If you're on YouTube, pop over, join the chat, say hello, or chat away on Facebook. It's up to you. Either way works for me. Hi, Hugh, Wolfgang, Miguel, and Bill. How you doing, fella? Chaps, good to see you all. Hope you're keeping well, Bill. And on YouTube, just a quick look, we have Scaly Models Dad, Ross, William Raven, how you doing? Candygram Bomongo, watching and reading along. No worries, pal, all good. Evening Panzer, how you doing, chap? So that's a few people there on the old YouTube as well, yapping away. So first of all, Ross, you're a star. As some of you noticed on some of my posts, Ross sent me the kits for our model club and whatnot, and he also sent me this. So Ross, you're a legend. I'm going to do quick recap. Once I finish the Chieftain, I'll be doing this one in a mask set to do the insignia and codes and all that. So I'll be spraying with a mask, doing all the insignia with an airbrush, and I've got some 3D decals coming for it for the instrument panel and stuff. And then because the wonderful decals that came with Ross, that Ross sent me, is for the IX Civilian, I got myself the IX Rebel kit. So Mark 9 and Mark 9 decals. So that's a double challenge because one, I've not done Civilian, and two, it's an old kit, so that should be fun. So, Ross, you're a legend. Thank you very much. Ross is over on YouTube at the minute watching, so good man. And all the bits and bobs I'll be running on Twitter. I'm running a WTF. I'm not going to say the words because I might get banned on YouTube. And it's basically doing a build with 3 months. We're doing a build with spare parts and stuff like that. So Ross sent us a big box spare parts. If you go over onto Twitter, look up Modelers United. There's a heli group build at the minute, and then after that, when that runs out, the WTF one will continue. I run 4 group builds a year on Twitter, so all good. Hi Sarah, how are you? Good to see you. So anyway, enough of all that cobblers. We'll get on to the old Chieftain tank. Now, I've been looking at these tracks, trying to figure out the best way of going about it. You know, this is where we're at. If you remember, we've done the steel cables there for the towing thing, and we got our barrel done and all that malarkey. And that side, so the Spitfires will be a double build when I do it. So anyway, tracks, rubbery tracks. Just looking at the chat there as well at the same time. Doing fine. All right, everyone just saying hello to one another. Good stuff. So anyway, the tracks. I was thinking on this side using 2mm masking tape, and then masking each one of these little individual pads, and then I was going to spray it all the metal finish. Looking at it, it would work that side, but that side would be an absolute nightmare because I would have to cut hundreds of little tiny squares and stick them on. So I'm not into that. You know me, my model skills is just I do it the easy way. So for me, the easy way is to spray the whole thing in the steel metal. I'll probably do a polished steel because I don't want a dark steel. Do that, and then I'll make a homemade black kind of gunmetal silvery kind of thing and repaint all these little pads by hand with a hairy stick. You're not sure what a hairy stick is, which I know most of you are, and there is some that don't. That's what we call a hairy stick, so, which is better than my head, which has not got much. So that's the plan. That's my theory. Paint these up in like a silvery metal finish, and then paint the little pads with a hairy stick. And that'll just make them little squares a lot easier, because them little squares there, trying to either side of the grippy bit. Don't you love that, Panzer? My explanations of tank is like the grippy bit along the middle there. Trying to put masking tape on either side of that would just be an absolute nightmare. So get to it. So I'll do it in a metal finish. Then I'll aqua gloss it to protect it. Then once that's dry, flip it over. Do the same again the other side. So we've done 4 of them, not 3. Then once it's dry, do the opposite side. And then we'll do the natural gunmetal sort of silvery black. 3. 4. Yeah, so just on the work side, Dad, yeah, I woke up yesterday having a cup of tea, and the work phoned me, can I go in? And I'm like, well, what's the problem? Because it's my day off. Because I was back shift, I shouldn't be day shift. And it turns out one of our chaps is on holiday, and I'm the only other one with a cattle license. So they needed me desperately, kind of thing. And I got called into work, which was fun to say the least. And then I had to go in again today because the guy's on holiday for a week. So yeah, nothing like going into work on your day off. So I'm going to use stainless steel just because it's a little bit shinier than the normal steel. You see all this new crap with Windows 10. It's all popping up with stupid stuff. Go away. There we go. Fred, you have no idea how much fun your technical tank descriptions make me chuckle. Sorry, Panzer, but you know, you all know I'm not a tank builder. I'm not an armour builder. I'm not into armour at all. It's all been planes, cars, motorbikes, etc. So yeah, my tank terminology is most rivet counters nightmares, I'm afraid. But it is what it is. You know how I am. I just say how it is. Rubber tracks, yes, Panzer, that's right. Great, isn't it, eh? Sprue and glue. That's David. How you doing, David? Thumbs up, peeps, or Dad will get you. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, all good. Evening, Stuart Payton and Conrad. How you doing, fella? Hope you're both keeping well. Cut metal tracks. Now, I've not used this for a week, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of airbrush cleaner in there. Just make sure it's all running how I want it to run before we start. Oh, good stuff. Hi Muse, how are you? Yes, Fred, my wingy thing descriptions would probably make you smile. Yeah, I can't wait. Are you doing lives, Panzer, or not, or what? Be curious to see. So we'll get the old stainless steel out, because I want the edges to be like a steel finish. But obviously in places I will add a little bit of dirt and kind of stuff like that, and a little bit of rust. But the way I see it, a tank tracks wouldn't be really rusty where it rubs on the concrete and stuff like that. I suppose it's all right on a battlefield and blah blah blah, but when it's on the road, it would end up being just checking to see if that's silvery enough. Oh yeah, that'll do lovely. On the road, it would be worn. What I'll do is I'll do this one and then I'll show you them side by side so you see the difference if I can. Hopefully I shall get my desired look. There may be a bench cam stream in the planning stages. Good man. As some of you noticed, I have announced that our model club is going to be back up and running on the 2nd of July. And obviously it'll be a Friday at 6 till 8. Now, the issue, a little issue that I have is it's the only day I'm free as well, apart from a Saturday, to do my live streams. So what I'm going to do is I do have cameras at the club and a PC. So not on the 2nd of July because I'll need to be starting to set things up that day. But the following Friday, I'll be live via the club and doing some work on my SU-27. So I shall let you know. I'll put a link up to the club one, and that's where I'll be live on a Wednesday, on a Friday. So can you see that there? There's the difference. Just a little blast with the Alclad there. Now when I do the black in between, that will be really awesome. So I'll try and put a link in the chat on Facebook and on YouTube. This is the Model Club, and it's where I'll be live. Like I say, not on the 2nd of July. I'll be setting cameras up and sorting it all out. But if you give that a little like and subscribe for the chaps, it will be great. And I'll get the cameras set up on the 2nd, and then the following Friday I should be live for 2 hours from the club. Now bear in mind it is a model club, so I will be walking away now and again and stuff like that to help the guys. But apart from that, that's where I'll be. And I'm looking forward to seeing the guys again, and they're looking forward to meeting up again. So if you can give them the support, it'll be great. And also you'll get to see me live on a Friday there between 6 and 8. And then when I get back about 9 o'clock, I will be live on here. So you'll get me twice live in 2 different places. Don't know if that's a good thing, but it is what it is. Evening, Chris. How you doing, fella? Well done, Panzer. I'll send you a gold star, pal. Right, so we've got our lovely, look at that. That's that's some lovely metal finish there. Obviously it won't look like that once it's all done and dusted. So we'll give that a second to settle, but I'll put it that way up. And I'll do the other side. I do love this metal finish. Carry on with Alclad. I haven't got my Alclad t-shirt on because I really can't be bothered to get changed. I've not long been in from work. Twice the thread for half the price. Oh no, wait, it's free. That is a little something. Actually, that kind of makes me laugh because I had somebody say to me, how do you not do it so it's like subscription only? Just not me. I'll help anyone whenever I can. Right, a little bit more. Where have I put it? Oh, the old camera's flickered there. Yeah, I have the the same cameras as this one at the men's shed. Sure, I was using them for my live practicing, ready. So I've got to hook them up to the PC and load in everything and try and remember passwords and all that carry on to log in. So it'll take me a little while to get that set up and sorted. But I'll be here anyway, just a bit later than normal. That's all. All good. Can't wait to see the guys again and help them out where I can. Would now be a good time to point out that those little pads are made of composite rubber, so they won't have a metallic colour to them. Oh wait, so it's just like a matte blackening Panther, is it? Because if that's the case, that's just made my life a whole lot easier. Ton, excuse my pronunciations, but ton Myant, is it? How you doing? Good to see you. Do you know what? I hate all this trying to pronounce people's names. It's not great. So if they're just matte black, then that's cool. Because I mean, I'll just use a matte black. I just noticed on the pictures that where the edges run on the tracks, on the ground, sorry, they tend to be worn, the little edges. So that's what I'm aiming to recreate. Not that I've got a Scooby-Doo, matte black or a very dark grey. I can do either of them. Good man. So that's dry. That's ready to go already. So I'm going to acrogloss that in a moment. Move that out of the way. So I'm going to do that side first, and then when I flip it over, it's not touching on the mat. You know, Alclad acrogloss, great stuff. Acrylic based. So between work and the model club and getting organised and sorted and everything else, it's kind of a busy time. Okay. That's one. Turn it over. And like always, the aqua gloss, I'm just using it to protect the paintwork. So whatever I do weathering wise and all that, I don't ruin it. So I hope everyone's been keeping well. Now, all good. Evening, Fred. You can definitely call yourself botanical. Evening, Ron. I know about that, pal. But yeah, it's been fun so far. You know, it's to be fair. I mean, apart from obviously tracks and wheels and a turret and all that lot, I'll be honest. The build process is really not much different techniques wise as it is to aircraft, which is quite surprising. I mean, you got a few more sticky out bits and bobs that, yeah, you could break off easily, which on an aircraft I tend to leave till the end. But apart from that, I've actually quite enjoyed it, dare I say. Hi, Patrick, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're keeping well. And the worst bit is the saying about how I'm enjoying building in armour nervously is because obviously it's live, so I can't just edit the comment and everyone go, remember you said, and I can't kind of avoid it. So, yeah, all good fun. So that'll be drying in, I don't know, about 5 minutes or so, I guess. It's quite warm in here, so just going to move them over. I'm not bothered about handling them. I'm not looking for a shiny finish. It will be kind of matted down afterwards. It'll be nice to get that done, and then I can put them on and get my side skirts on then, you see. And then I'll start feeling like I'm getting somewhere, because then it's a bit of weathering and chipping and all that carry on. As you do. But they look like the old metal tracks now, you see, that you buy. So, red tanks have more sticky out bits because they're designed to be aerodynamic. I normally leave the sticky out bits on an aircraft because I always break them off. Always. I go to grab it and it's like jink. There's a little tiny bit under the wing. I think it's the airspeed. There's a little like L-shaped sticky out bit under the wing on Spitfires and all that lot. I'm pretty sure it measures the airspeed when it goes along, and I'm always grabbing by the wing and nipping that bit off. I'm terrible for it. End up gluing it back on and touching it up. You can't tell, but it is what it is. You gotta love Facebook, ain't you? It says here, your stream resolution is too high. Well, it is what it is. Leave me alone. That's my answer to that. So acrylic blacks, I've only got like these little silly pots, which will do the job nicely. But it's like a gloss, I think. The only good thing is I'm gonna matte coat it afterwards. So the only time a tank is airborne is when you drop kick a kit into the middle of the bowling green. Aha! Now Panzer. That's not strictly true. If anyone's watched the new 18 film, you know, the new version, which proper killed it, by the way. I used to love the series. But they flew a tank in that. Well, kinda. Old B.A. Baracus wasn't kind of happy about being in a tank falling from the sky. But there you go. So that's it, Joy. That's dry as a bone, that. No problems there at all. And it's bonded as well. So no hassles there. What more kits being sent to me? More kits, Jane. Sarah Jane, you got more kits in most shops. Right. So we need a matte black. Oh, what number is that? That's silver anyway. Do with a 33, can I? I'm pretty sure number 33 is a matte black. Evening, Apple. No worries, pal. Always say, you know, no need to apologise. People are late and that. It's not mandatory. Right. Got to find a reasonable brush. Fred, I'm doing as well as possible and continuing with the Cougar. Good stuff. I've you kind of missed it earlier on, but I was on back shift all week, and then I got a call yesterday because one of the guys is on holiday and I'm the only other one with a cattle license, and they were struggling, so I had to go into work and do day shift, which was joyful to say the least. So I've not had time this week at all to be online and see anything or do anything. So I'm kind of just, this is kind of the boring bit now for you guys. It's just me waffling on and trying to paint all these little pads. One little thing that I have noticed already is you've got a little edge of the pad, and with my eyesight, it's not great. See if I can get a couple of these done and show you. Extra shift, extra pay, so that's a good thing, Fred. Yeah. Apart from it's a Friday, which is supposed to be my day off. My weekend is supposed to be a Friday and a Saturday. I've been in today as well as yesterday, and of course I'm going to be in again on Sunday, like for my normal shifts, and the rest of the week. So it ends up being a 6-day week for me instead of a 5-day and 2 days off. which is okay, I suppose, but it's going to be a long old week next week. I've only had one day off, but it is what it is. You're off, Panzer. No worries, pal. You take care, and I'll catch you when I catch you, pal. You can always send a message, pal, on Facebook and that, you know. I'll get to you when I can. Now, normally I would do all my build live, but this bit is just going to do all your heads in. So I'm going to do as much as I can on my live today. And then during the week, I'm just going to plod along and get the rest of these little pads painted up. So I'm not cheating, unlike Mike and Festa that cheat all the time on each other. But it's just, you're not going to want to sit for an hour watching me painting silly little pads. You'll be like, seriously? It's the most exciting, non-exciting live ever. Now, I'll get as many as I can done, and you'll get the gist of it. Obviously, this is all getting weathered and all that as well, so you'll see me doing that. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves while I'm doing the boring bit. But all model building has a boring bit, and this is the bit. Me, I'm not bad, thanks for asking. us back an exercise thing with my neighbour's new puppy. Ah, 10 weeks old. Oh, bless it. And they trust you with a 10-week-old pup. So you can see where I'm going with that. I'll go all the way along, which is a tad boring and tedious, but it'll be worth it in the end. It should look good. I'm going to flip this one over in a minute, and I'll do the other side, because I did notice that when it's on the tank, you've got in between the wheels here, you would see the underside. So I still need to do the pads on that side too. I kind of noticed that today when I was messing about with it, having a little butcher's at it. But I'm so looking forward to doing them Spitfire builds. I'm going to do them both at the same time as well. It'll be a dual build, which I've not done live either. So, all good fun, as they say. Should really put my hands forward so you can see what I'm actually doing. Excuse me. Our model club that I'll be doing the live from in a few weeks is on Facebook. If you look up Garnet Valley Main Shed Modelers, it's there. We have a lot of veterans and community members, and it's a free model club run on donations. So And the guys turn out some fab work for newbies and first timers. It's great fun. I teach them different airbrushing and all that. And we supply everything for them for free. Aren't the pads only on the outside? Never, Apple. I would never do that, pal. There's kind of a bit of a pad either side of that middle bit, so I guess the pads are on the inside too, from what I can see. But not being a armor builder, I wouldn't know if they are actually pads or not, but I think they are. I'm pretty sure on photographs I've seen them, and you've got the black bit there underneath. Ron can maybe correct me on that. Seems Panzer's away, or anyone else that's into armor really. Being my first tank, I've got absolutely no idea. I'm just winging it. I'd be more worried that the pup would run off if it was me. It would probably get off its lead and be away. I'll be like, oh no. I'm sure an armor builder will correct me just shortly before I start painting the other side of them. But they certainly look like pads to me. Fred, that reminds me, I have a few kits that I can send for the model club. Oh, cheers, buddy. You're a star. So the 2nd of July, I won't be live. Well, I will be live here, but it will be at 9 o'clock time, Greenwich Mean Time, British time, whatever you want to call it. Because it'll be after the model club. And then the following Friday, it'll be the same time for here every week. And I'll be on the model club live for 2 hours, 6 till 8 UK time. There is a link in the chat somewhere. So all good fun. Hi Dan, how you doing? So anyone got any ideas of these pads? Are they pads on the other side? So I know to paint them or not. I'm actually doing quite well here. It's actually going easier than what I thought it was so far. Thought it was going to be a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. I'm just checking the chat there. Make sure I don't miss nothing. Boom, 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 boom. No one's commented yet. Worst comes to worst, I'll look at picture in a minute. That's one thing with this hobby that's kind of got better over time, is that we have the internet, which is great. think it's outside only thread if I remember correctly from Boban. No, on and the outside if memory serves me correctly. No worries. So I wonder what right. I'll have to see what colour the underneath is then and maybe change it. Or was it just metal finish and then all grubby? Because I can do grubby. Well, this is joyful, isn't it, eh? Hi Fred, that's an impressive big hanger you got there. Cheers, mate. It's all good fun, huh? All good fun. What have you been doing today? Oh, just go to work and then paint silly little rubber pads on tracks. I'm so glad I done it this way though and not that initial idea of masking it. See, masking it, that would have been a nightmare. It probably took me an hour and a half just to cut all the masks for it. This way seems a lot easier and gets what I want. But as far as I know, the inside of the tracks are not pads. It can be done as metal and then weathering inside. Cool. It will get a bit of weathering then. Awesome. I've still not figured out how to get a guest on my YouTube. To be fair, I've not even really looked into it too much. Just not had time. And when I get time, I normally hit the whiskey and relax. So, been getting into a program on that Now TV. Oh, what's it called? Trying to think what it's called now. Warehouse 13. Oh, that's mad, that. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that. But it's crazy. Pads are only on the outside. No worries. Cheers for everyone for letting me know. As you know, I got no idea. I'm just going by your advice and muddling along. Hopefully, it will look all right. Man, this is really tedious. How do you armor builders do this crap stuff? It's got to be the worst job on the build, to be honest. Don't watch TV except for DVD and hooking up to my Switch. Oh well, there we go. We're getting there. That. Nice. Once that's got a bit of rust and dirt and whatever, it should look all right. You're not going to see half of it because of the side skirts, by the way. You couldn't see half of my Wellington build, but I've still done it. So. My word, guys. This is getting a bit tedious. I don't know if any of you guys have read books. I've got a Damian Lewis book, Band of Brothers. Well, if you read it and you're like, I don't know, about a third of the way through it, I think, it refers to a place called Moor Park House in a little place called Kilbirnie on the west coast of Scotland. Well, that's actually where I live. Moor Park House is just up the road. And it was requisitioned in World War II and used as an SAS emergency radio communications thingamajig. And it also talks about Darvel, which is East Ayrshire, which is not far from here, because I'm in North Ayrshire. And let me turn that off. It made me laugh because they were talking about how they had to go all the way down to England with no money, no travel tickets and all that as a test, because there was an SAS base based in Darvel, and they stole a police car. If I remember rightly when I read it, I can't 100% sure. I think it was Kilmarnock, which is not far from here. And they stole a bus and a police car and all sorts to get to Glasgow and then to Carlisle, which was quite comical because obviously this is all in my area. I have the videos. Yeah, I've seen the videos, but the book's more in depth, Ron, and it tells you all about it. And it's really, I mean, I like the videos. I've got them on DVD, but you see the book. Oh, it's just awesome. You know how it is. The books always tend to be a bit better. But Damian Lewis, Band of Brothers, really good book. And like I say, a lot of it's talking about local to me at the beginning. Do the side skirts have flowers and a frilly bit? Maybe. Maybe not this build. I could maybe do a kind of modern day version of Kelly's Heroes and do one with frilly skirts and stuff and flower power, like Oddball. I should do Oddball's tank. I like Kelly's Heroes. Kelly's Heroes is cool. Oh my word. Well, I'm about... no, I'm not. I was going to say I'm halfway, but I'm not. This is going to be definitely a job to do or continue offline. I don't normally do that, but you've got, for anyone new into the hobby that's going to watch, because there is people, they've got the gist of what I'm doing, so they can carry on without me having to bore you all to death doing it. And I'll just get it done another day. It actually means I can do some model building when I feel like it, because normally I can't. See, like when you got 10 minutes and you think, oh, I'm just going to quickly do that. I can't because I do all my builds live. So when I've got 10 minutes and I want to do something, I just can't. Unless I click the live button. So at least this, although it's boring and tedious, it is something I can carry on with offline when I feel like it for 10 minutes. And by the end of the week, when I'm next live, it should all be done. and looking good. I say should because every time I make a plan it never works. But I meant to say that I have the DVD set, and could you please message me the book of Band of Brothers, and the author is Damian Lewis, mate. I've got the big one, this big book, hardback, but I've also got the softback version. You know, the little kind of smaller one that I've got on my work. So it's Damian Lewis, SAS Band of Brothers. Really good. Damian Lewis does a lot of the SAS stuff. Shadow Raiders, Great Escape. There's quite a few. I quite enjoy his books. I have a few favourite authors. My main favourite ones is James Holland, writes some awesome books. Sicily 43 and stuff like that. Silver Wings, I think the other one, Pair of Silver Wings, yeah. And Peter Carrick Adams is another good author. He done Monte Cristo and Sand and Steel, and he's just working on another book now. They're my kind of favourite authors, and Damian Lewis. I've actually got some right old ones too. Like that. I've got Enemy Coast by Guy Gibson. Yeah, that's an old one. Guy Gibson book. Obviously, he's a famous fella. And I've got another good one there. Johnny Johnson, Wing Leader. It's an old one. So I love reading books. I find them really fascinating, and I've got hundreds. But yeah, I like to read it all and then take my own take on it. But when it's like Johnny Johnson and Guy Gibson and people that really do know because they were there, it's even more fascinating. Frank said, I got the name and the author and the book. Cool. It's really good. I mean, really enjoying my third time of reading it. I just love it because it's got so much about where I live as well as France and everything else. This you could cheat thread and use a piece of sponge dipped in black and spread it across the length of the tracks, as you say. Half the lot won't be seen. Yeah, I could cheat like that, I suppose. Or I could have cut a sponge to the thickness of the pad and then kind of just stamped it. But you know what? It's a bit late now. Hi, Colin. How's tricks, buddy? I do like reading books. I find them quite interesting. I've got all the Bravo 20 kind of stuff. The one that got away, Bravo 20, the real Bravo 20. What's the other one I got? Oh, Soldier 5. That's quite intriguing, that one. And it's all the same stuff. But it's nice to read it all and then make your own mind up what really happened. Because obviously the MOD would have refused to let them post certain things. So you can kind of make your own mind up and guess what's happened actually pretty well. when you read them all. Kind of piece all the bits together. Right, we're just about 55 minutes, so give it a couple more minutes messing about with this. Glad to say I am over halfway on this one set of tracks. But at least we've got them both painted up with the steel with Alclad and Aquagloss, so it won't peel off the rubber tracks. But I have two interesting books, Douglas Bader and Smelan. Oh right, yeah, I think I've got a Melan one somewhere. Can't remember where it is. It's up there somewhere. If you want a real funny story, and it's an American one, kind of a true story as well, it is. Well, it is a true story. And the book's more interesting than the program, but the program's really good too, what they made of it, the film. And it's nothing military wise, but it's J.D. Reed, the Cooper. Oh, what's his name? It's been a long time. It's a film as well. It's called Pursuit. It's about R.L. Mead when he done a robbery via a parachute from an aircraft at a high up height. It's a famous thing. Parachutes out of a Northwest Airline jet into a forest with a small fortune in banknotes. Made a lot of enemies, and with every police officer a two-bit hustler, most of them viewing America on the lookout for him, and he only had one aim: to survive. It's actually really interesting and funny. His humour in it is really good. I can't remember I think it's called Pursuit, the film, but really good film. Funny as anything, but it's an old film, you know. And the amount of times I've watched films and it's actually mentioned him in it, you know, he's that much of a legend. Like, oh, what's them two that done the, oh man, now my mind's going blank. What was the two that done went off the cliff in the car? The two women, you know, it's as famous story as that. The book's really good, but the film's good too. Right, I'm gonna clean my brush because it's time's up, and get sorted out. So, wasn't really 100% exciting today, but it was good to catch up with everybody and start making work on the tracks. So we went from the black tracks and done them into a metal finish with the Alclad, and it's lovely. And then I aquaglossed it, as you saw. and got it ready. Then tirelessly I started painting all the individual pads like so, and in theory when it's on the tank it should, you know, look the part with the pads, in theory. Now that's the theory. I've still got them last little bit there to do, and then I've got this one to do, but I will do that offline. So next time I'm live, next Friday at 9 o'clock, it'll be on Friday. I have this one done as well, and then we'll go on to the next stage. Hopefully we'll try and get them fitted, and then I'll try and weather underneath and all that kind of carry on when I'm weathering the rest of the tank. I still got the figures to do, so absolute nightmare because I'm not a figure painter. I never have been, but it is what it is. We shall prevail and we shall continue. No worries. So all good. Like I say, next Friday be 9 o'clock, 9 till 10 UK time. Because I'll be at the model club, but while I'm there I'm going to set up the cameras and get OBS set up and try and remember all my passwords and try and get everything logged in ready. And then the following week I'll be live 6 till 8 on the model club live on YouTube, and then I'll be live when I get home at about 9 o'clock for an hour. That's the plan. And then Saturday, 7 o'clock still like usual. Tomorrow I shall carry on with the turpits. We shall carry on with the old baby there and get some more of the camo done, but we're going to need to start doing this side along that edge like before, and then start bringing up the dazzle camo across on that. That's the plan. At the model club, just a quick preview, you can see is going to be me finishing off an issue 27, which is in here out the way, which is here. So here's my issue 27 I've been working on. Shark mouth, and then on this side there's a full shark going right the way back, fins, the whole shebang. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. That's what I'll be continuing with when I'm at the model club, and that'll be not next Friday but the Friday after on my live for 2 hours. Exactly 6 months till Christmas, Fred. You got a list for Santa? Yeah, but I won't get any of it. That's for sure. I don't seem to get kits for my Christmas. It's shocking. Birthdays, Christmas is like, why? It's the only time I get a chance. See, model shows are really cool because I could just like buy some and say that I was giving them and all this carry on. You know what I mean? But yeah, now there's no model shows. It's like, what do you do? But we'll get there. Right, everyone, don't want to bore you anymore. Thanks very much for watching. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Hopefully I'll see you, most of you, tomorrow at around 7 o'clock to carry on with the ship. And we'll just take it from there, really, I guess. You don't want to watch me sitting there painting more pads on tracks. That's just mind-numbing. So, that's it. Take care. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. You know where to contact me if you need me. And, yeah, that's it. Bye for now. Take care.